Hello, everybody. This is Just in Case of Americans Talking, joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Perspectives and Proverbs. And listening in is Jerry's Facebook audience. Hello, Jerry. Well, welcome back to Americans Talking.
Yeah, man. And better late than never, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah.
You had a little meeting before, and we're late, so I had to stay away for this little presentation of Americans Talking. Past my bedtime, man, but it's all good. Extra caffeine.
Past my bed.
Go ahead.
Past my bedtime, too, but every moment is past my bedtime, it seems like these days.
And the heat's on here. So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's getting cold, man. And dark-skinned people don't like cold weather. It doesn't work for me. I'm out there bundled up like a teddy bear, man. But all is good. I'm glad you're here, and we're gonna rock and roll with something. Hopefully, it'll get people inspired, man.
Why don't you lay it on us, Jerry? Why don't you tell us what's happening and what we're going to be talking about?
Well, first, I feel like a news anchor. Get rid of all my paperwork, man. But I was I do my daily visits to my neighborhood Walmart, and you probably got them out there as well. I mean, Christmas, it seems like we went from Halloween to Christmas. I mean, literally overnight. I mean, before Halloween was here, they were setting up the Christmas aisle at Walmart. And as I walked by there the other day, I saw this little itty-bitty end cap. They call it an end cap, that little display you see on the end. And that was Thanksgiving. But Christmas was precedent. I mean, literally for aisles and aisles. I think people have forgotten the essence of the actual holiday itself. Honestly, it was life-changing for me. It was the fact that I didn't take Thanksgiving as a holiday. I just adapted it as a lifestyle. And one of my viewers commented on the other night that, oh, you're always so happy. I mentioned on my show the other night that it wasn't just because I was happy, it's because I programmed myself to be happy. It seems like we forgot one of the most important holidays out there that can cure all your ills, that can help you financially, that can grow you to the next level, because Thanksgiving, its known cousin, is gratitude, obviously. It seems so passé now. People are not adapting to it. But in essence, what Thanksgiving is, it's a program. It's you installing that constant program of thinking every day, and it goes from an unnatural to a natural state. What it did for me was changed everything in my life, from my health, my finances, my career, my ability to do what I want to do. Just not by uttering the words thank you or believing in Thanksgiving itself, but the actual adaptation of the feeling of it constantly every single day. That alone raises your vibration. And from there, all you can see, I mean, your attitude determines your altitude. All you can see is opportunities, abundance, and peace in your life. People have a hard time grasping it because Thanksgiving basically has been used as like a novelty, a marketing tool to sell, butterballs, for crying out loud. But at the same time, if you can adapt to the daily practice, mind you, it becomes a virtue, an asset, and then a belief of constantly being in the state of just being thankful, not for anything in general, just for being here. Our time is limited. So if you dwell in what has happened to you rather than what's going on indeed in the moment, as we always say here on our shows, going back and forth, that the word Thanksgiving isn't just a word, it becomes a lifestyle that can change everything for you.
No, absolutely, Jerry. And I think, you talk about vibrations, I talk about perspective, but just altering your perspective and learning to be grateful for what you have and for the people that love you. And that's kind of what it's all about. But society has really shifted away from that.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the friggin' nail on the head. Go ahead, finish up.
Well, probably in the last 10 years, the holiday has been punished because people are concerned about how indigenous people feel about it.
Oh, yeah. Talk
And,
about.
and
Go ahead.
I've had probably 20 indigenous people that were friends of mine,
Hmm.
and they're very thankful for lots of things. So they just need to alter their perspective and count your blessings. I mean, it's a way we live, and what it does for us, it relieves stress. It helps keep us focused. It helps keep us going in the direction we want to go in.
Indeed, as you always do, my fellow meatball, you hit the nail on the head when you said perspective.
Yeah.
Let me try to define what you just said here as far as perspective. If you're in the constant feeling of gratitude, that emotion, that powerful emotion of gratitude, all you can see is good things in your life. It's not some rose-colored glasses kind of thing here. It's an adaptation of an emotion that you've installed and you program yourself to. If you have this perspective that, like you said, there's always, it's not with you personally, but with that you've been hearing about indigenous people. I mean, their perspective is always going to be anger, hatred, resentment. That's all they can see. So whatever your perspective is on a powerful belief or emotion that you carry, that's all you're going to see. That's why it's so hard to teach an old dog new tricks, per se. Pardon the pun for you and I out there. But it's definitely doable. And for me, I was like the resentful ex-dad for a decade. And it really brought me down to earth to realize, well, what are you doing? Because all you can see is more resentment, more anger. And by changing your perspective, not digressing from the actual topic we're talking about, it's a powerful point to realize you change your opinion, you change your life. You've just opened the door to a whole new aspect of living, which is going to be manifested right before your eyes out of thin air.
No, absolutely. People, and a lot of people will complain about having to see their family on Thanksgiving. What a blessing they have a family.
What a marketing tool, isn't it? There's 364 days that they can call their family, but they wait until Thanksgiving to do it. I mean, that's the point, too, as well. I mean, the other 364 days, what are you doing? I mean, every day I text my children for the last 12, 13 years. Every day. Good morning. Here's some inspirational stuff for you guys. Have an awesome day. I mean, it's a ritual for me to do it after I do my morning rituals in general, not as an obligation because I'm grateful to have them in my life. You add some good energy to what you want to have be and do, what is that prayer? Believe that ye received and ye shall have it. I mean, these aren't abstract inspirational words. They're saying that you already have it. When you say you already have it, you believe that you already have it, you're grateful for already having it, whatever it might be. It can only manifest because that's your perspective of how you feel.
Well, absolutely. Even though society is trying to beat that out of us.
Yes.
A lot of society that doesn't want us to be happy.
No.
They don't want us to be content. They want us to have the same miserable perspective that they do. They figured out a way to capitalize on that.
Which is quite surprising because happiness, I mean, that would sell more, don't you think? Or if it bleeds, it leads. From your media experience, would sell more?
Unfortunately, the media, as long as I've known it, if it bleeds, it leads because, when Bubba loses his house from the Mississippi River flooding for the 5th time in the last 20 years, they want Bubba to say, oh, we lost everything. And then they want him to finish with, what you going to do, Bubba? We're going to rebuild.
Yep.
Not move away from the river. We're going to rebuild. And why they shoot that news story every flood, they should just run the old stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's all the same.
Great point. And you're right. It's repetitive. It's a different person, but it's all repetitive. And people are actually taking the bait. It's like Christmas. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Christmas is sacred to myself. I love the feeling of it and all around it. But I live in the state of Christmas every day, just like I live in the state of Thanksgiving every day. That's why it's just a regular day for me. just a different part of a day per se. But what they do is, even before Halloween's over, you start putting out the shiny objects to divert your attention from the actual powerful holiday of Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is just opening up the door. I mean, it's defined as a form of worship and spiritual discipline. I mean, it's almost like the media doesn't want us to have discipline. They want us to be glued to blood and guts. And I get it. You know, it sells papers. It used to sell papers. Now it sells clicks and everything else on the internet. But it's mentioned 25 times in Scripture. I mean, this is what people have to realize. It's not some abstract inspirational word. It's a powerful emotion. It's a powerful feeling. And most importantly, if you keep doing it, it becomes this virtue of ability in your life to create anything you desire, just because you started to feel different and adapted a different perspective about life. So when you see news broadcasts of bleeds and leads, you're going to change the channel. You don't want any part of it.
Well, and a great remembrance is when the song Happy came out, people either loved it or they despised it.
Mm.
But that was kind of, that was their perspective.
But, look when it came out. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Now, are you talking about the one from the 80s where the guy was whistling? I forgot his name. I can't think of the top of my head. Because the 80s were a happy time. The 90s, everybody started getting depressed. That's what it boiled down to, what I see with the grunge coming in.
I think this came out in the I know which song you're talking about from the 80s.
Yeah.
And that was Bobby McFerrin.
Thank you. It was featured in Cocktail, the movie Cocktail. And if you and I can remember those times, that was just, indeed, that was a great way of life. I mean, maybe because of our age perspective, we just lived happy. I mean, a lot of us, to me, at that time, that was great, because maybe because we were younger, had less aches and pains. But to me, it was a great time of living. But in essence, the song itself is just reminding us, don't worry, be happy. He had simple words. From that, they overplayed it so it became crazy in some people's minds. But why somebody would not like that is they've installed every aspect of life to hurt them, not realizing that it's hurting them. They've installed anger, resentment, and all these things, and now it's become their own virtue, their own program. And from there, they're going to manifest from that.
Well, and jealousy. They're actually, there's a lot of people that are jealous of happy people. How dare you be happy?
Yeah, another form of insecurity. I'm guilty of it. I was with my relationships back then. Oh, of course. Because if you had nothing like I did growing up, and you finally get something, you don't know what to do with it, whether it be this or that. You're going to get jealous if it's going to get, potentially taken away. And you're going to try to defend it. When I stopped fighting life, I started gaining life. And indeed. But, like I said, and I say it all the time, it's a repetitive action to install a new program. If everybody treated their emotions like a program, and all I got to do every day is to practice it little by little, that unnatural becomes the natural. And then from there, you've raised your vibration. You're emitting a better energy. Therefore, you can see better. It's like, now I can't see with this 40-inch screen in front of me, but if I lift my head up a little bit, I can see a whole different spectrum. And that's what people have to get past. The obstruction that's in front of them, that's blocking what they're trying to have be and do. But it's a repetitive action and practice.
Well, it's their smartphones. How many people are just glued to their smartphone, and that's how they live their life?
I love technology. You and I, all of us, we are so lucky by what we have nowadays. I don't take it I love it. I just look at better things, man. And utilize the technology, and even in my ears, I'm utilizing all the technology out there. People are abusing the technology out there and using it for the wrong reasons. And to me, I've always asked myself the question, why would you want that? Because now we have every convenience literally at our fingertips, but they rather watch, Jane getting murdered. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. But it's their perspective, it's their opinion, and it's their choice indeed.
Right. It's where they choose to wallow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to say in the mud, but I'm not quite sure what wallow means, but
Maybe it's just like flapping. Hold on. We had the convenience. We'll Google it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Floundering. I'm not sure what floundering means, but I do know Bullwinkle used to talk about flounders.
Yeah, but cartoons back then were so simple, man. And they actually promoted Thanksgiving. I mean, God forbid. Even Charlie Brown, for crying out loud. I mean, now you don't see it. You don't want to offend the indigenous people or this and that. When the indigenous people are saying, "What's the problem?" You know what I mean? They're the most grateful people because they understand spirituality. I mean, I love reading about their history and what they've accomplished and achieved throughout the history of this country. I mean, going through crazy times. But they kept their foundation, their spiritual foundation. They live by it. They breathe it every day. They don't dwell in resentment like the majority of us. Then they go out there and live their lives. But you have other people promoting it for whatever reason behind it, and it's throwing wood into the fire, and it's a sad scenario.
Well, it is. We learned today that Elon had his salary approved, or his benefit package from Tesla for $1 trillion.
Oh,
I don't resent him for that.
No.
Might as well celebrate it.
Anybody
Good
can
job,
do it.
Elon.
I mean, anybody can do what he's doing. I mean, why the resentment? If people, I mean, we're not limited, man. This is why I like Elon. I like his perspective. We're not limited. This guy came out of nowhere. Under the radar. As people were focusing on the Bill Gates and, the Steve Jobs, this guy was slowly just moving along and doing things that were done that failed. He just found a better way of doing it. You find a better way of doing it in your life, you're going to achieve better in your life and stop worrying about what other people are having, being, or doing. And indeed, pushing that narrative of resentment, jealousy, and anger, because we all can do the same. But we all don't want to be billionaires. We don't want to have this, but we all have our own needs and wants. You focus on your own needs and wants, and you're gradually, indeed, going to get there.
Well, absolutely. A lot of people feel he was courageous for what he attempted to do.
Mm.
And I don't think he was necessarily courageous. He just was not going to accept the fact that it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
And since nobody else was doing it, he said, I'll do it.
And the ones that did it told him he couldn't do it. I mean, right. He wasn't proving anything. He was just being something. He just fixed a rocket that they couldn't fix. I mean, it's really simple. He defied this is what's beautiful. He defied the laws of gravity. He reversed gravity when he brings these rockets back down. And it's an amazing thing about life. It's what we can do with ourselves. We can reverse anything emotionally in our life to a better perspective by just starting with the simple form of gratitude and thanksgiving every day and installing the feelings, like I said before, not necessarily what we're grateful to have, be, or do. It's just to be here and to be able to see everything in a new light, because how you see things is how you bring things from that.
Well, you're exactly right, Jerry. And we're very thankful for our audience. And I don't mind sharing with our audience that I love our audience. You're why we're here.
Exactly. And the great thing is everybody's doing it now. Everybody has got their own expressions, and I love it because this is what I look at every day. Not just inspiration per se, but everybody's expression of the same thing in their own unique way. This is one of the good things the internet has done. It has exposed everybody to do anything they want and share it with the world on a mass scale. And this is what you and I do all the time with our work. And I love the fact that we can share it. And if people don't want to watch it, they don't have to. But it gives us the platform to show the side of us that could have never come out, 20 years ago. You and I would need an accolade on the wall to do what we're doing now. In a radio station per se, or in a newsroom, we needed all these This is what I mean. There's no limits in life, so you can't make the excuse that nothing can happen. That's the alien kind of philosophy. You don't need a piece of paper. All you need is a mindset, imagination, and fortitude to keep pushing that. Most importantly, be grateful that it's moving along and keep pushing that narrative and feeding it with positive energy.
Yeah, count your blessings.
Indeed.
That's you. All right, Jerry. I think this is a good time to put this one to bed, and I think you
literally
painted a pretty picture.
Well, I'm going to bed too, so yeah, we'll put it all to bed tonight. Yeah, oh yeah. I hope it helps, man. But we all deserve to be happy. But happiness is a program that you just keep installing every day, and it's going to It's going to be a huge part of your life if you allow it to become.
All right, everybody. This has been Just in Case and Jerry Maldonado with a few guinea pigs in the background, bringing you meatball perspectives. Thanks for joining us. Remember, digital information and links provided in this video is read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado and find a way to be thankful.
Yes.
Catch you next week.